Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Candyman. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guide 365. Okay, Candyman is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Universal. It comes in a slipcover edition, which is available at all your local and online retailers. Now, as far as the film itself, I am a big fan of Tony Todd, and his character of Candyman, I feel could be really placed in the horror icons. If you did a giant cage match, with Jason and Michael Myers, you could easily stick him in there, and I think he holds up very well. And I also really like the films. When it comes to horror, they're good dumb horror films, and once again, I think they're really, well done. Now, when I'm watching the new movie, I can understand why it was getting bad reviews, and I think it has a lot to do with the same situation with Robert Englund and the Nightmare on Elm Street films. When you have a horror icon and the actor playing him starts aging out of the role, you're really left with only a couple options, whether you're going to reboot the whole thing or recast, and I could see that just not being well received. And I think that's kind of what's happening here with Tony Todd as the iconic character of Candyman. He's getting up there in years. It's just a fact of life. So him not having a full-time role as the character, that's going to be problematic for a lot of audiences. I'm not exactly sure how you would correct that, but all that aside, I think the film does a really good job in the horror and building off the mythology of Candyman. I liked it a lot. Once again, bad reviews aside, I think there's a lot to enjoy here. While it's not, I don't think it really relies on a whole lot of jump scares. It's more or less the creepiness factor that's really the selling point with this movie. But I think it's really done very well. I think a lot of the actors and actresses do a great job, and call me a fan of the film. I think it actually really works for what it is. So yeah, check it out. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. All right, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover edition of Candyman here. Good artwork. Nothing too extraordinary here, but I think it it's pretty unique in its own way. And then we have the back. And the spine. Same for the interior. And some artwork on the 4K disc, and just your standard Blu-ray. So, alright, now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Candyman on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 239:1 aspect ratio, finished at a 4K digital intermediate with HDR10 for the grading. Now, the movie was shot digitally, and it does have a very clean appearance. Now, horror films, I feel, look a little bit better when they are shot on film, so it takes away a little bit of the atmosphere, but for those that are really interested in the digital look, this looks very nice indeed. For the HDR grading, the movie itself employs a little bit more reservation when it comes to general color, but there are certain moments throughout the movie, let's say the art gallery sequence with the red and blue lighting, certain art pieces, daytime scenes, that sort of thing I feel sometimes look the best. And color gives you a nice bold appearance. But the yellows and browns that are prominently featured throughout the movie, they look natural in appearance, and I think overall the HDR grading does a very good job in that area. Black levels are consistently strong through this 4K presentation with the benefit of HDR. This movie relies a lot of atmosphere, and I think the darker interior moments, I think, look the best. And when it comes to nighttime scenes, they're particularly dark and inky and no issues to report with elevation. And shadow detail, that is also really nicely done here. Generally speaking, HDR does a fantastic job when it comes to black levels. The 4K digital intermediate really does a wonderful job giving you that extra bit of detail. I feel skin textures really fare well. When you have the up-close shots, facial features, it's well defined, and you get that extra bit of imperfections in the skin or beads of sweat. And later, when a certain character has a bit of scarring on his body, it really stands out in those spots. And I feel clothing also gets that extra bit of texture. General aesthetics, paintings, I think look really good in that area. Candyman on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio presentation. This being a horror movie that relies a lot on atmosphere, I'm expecting a lot from my Atmos, and I am definitely not disappointed. From the opening moments, the sequence there, it makes great use of your entire surround sound field, and it never lets up. There's a good amount of atmosphere at play at any given moment, and I think it's pretty much reference quality, at least when it comes to the horror genre. The center channel handles dialogue clean and clear with no issues to report. And the front speakers, they complement the center channel and they have a great energy on their own. Mid-level and rear speakers, there is a lot going on, especially with atmospherics, ambience, some musical moments. I think it really does a great job pulling you into the film. It never lets up at any given moment, and during those creepy situations, you're definitely getting a bang for your buck. The high speakers are used quite frequently with a variety of activity at any given moment. The opening sequence, once again, really shows this off, and there's a scene when Anthony's in an elevator that really just kind of feels like it's coming right on top of you. Several situations I can make you great examples of, and if you have an Atmos setup, the high speakers definitely come to work. And the LFE channel, it's pretty heavy-handed. There's a lot of great energy there. It's gonna hit you in the seat very well, and I think overall the low end is spot on. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Candyman on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a solid A. Image-wise, this looks fantastic on the format. While the color palette is a little bit on the reserve side, what color there is nicely enriched by the HDR. Black levels are excellent and the extra bit of detail is very noticeable. I'm very impressed with the 4K presentation, and I think you will be as well. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one an A+. Candyman offers a stellar Dolby Atmos audio experience, which gives you a lot of atmospheric, ambient, and general activity in your surround sound environment. This movie is reference quality, no doubt about it. If you're a horror fan, you're getting the best possible audio mix. So that is my review of Candyman on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comment section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.